Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about the neon film Cuckoo, released on August 9th, 2024. Directed by Tilman Singer, this horror film set against the eerie backdrop of the Bavarian Alps intertwines psychological tension with supernatural elements. Gretchen, a 17-year-old American portrayed by Hunter Schafer, relocates to a secluded resort with her father, his new wife, and her mute half-sister. Together, they become entangled in an unsettling mystery surrounding their new environment. As a warning, this review will contain some major spoilers, so please continue at your own risk. Thank you. I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. Her father, Luis, moves the family to a remote resort in the Bavarian Alps, managed by Eerie. Gretchen's unease grows as she experiences bizarre phenomena like a hooded figure pursuing her on a nighttime bike ride. This scene perfectly exemplifies the film's tension and atmospheric dread. There's something charming about the Alps and the resort, but something feels off. As the story unfolds, Gretchen uncovers Eerie's sinister intentions with her family, particularly her half-sister Alma. Gretchen is pitted in a fight for her and Alma's life against the bizarre hooded lady. I honestly enjoyed this narrative. I thought it was a good psychological horror thriller that kept me engaged. The supernatural elements of this movie still felt grounded enough to be realistically terrifying. In many ways, the narrative reminded me of an Appalachian horror story. The hooded lady serves in a skinwalker role of sorts. She's almost superhuman, making the setting feel sinister. Thematically, the movie explores grief, familial alienation, and bodily autonomy. Gretchen's isolation within her family mirrors her physical entrapment in the resort, amplifying her vulnerability. Eerie is an interesting villain because he removes the bodily autonomy the women under his control have. He tries to exploit them in a sci-fi horror manner that feels surreal. His character and motivations contribute to the consistently eerie tone. I certainly wouldn't want to be anywhere near that resort. The resort juxtaposes a modern idyllic appearance with a sinister purpose. The interiors of the resort feel meticulously crafted to reflect a comforting facade. They almost feel a little retro and subliminal. If I remember correctly, it's a minimalistic aesthetic that feels surreal. The words I'm looking for are timeless and disorienting. The resort helps conceal but subtly hint at the underlying horror. It's a good contrast against the haunting Bavarian Alps captured by cinematographer Paul Faltz. There's an imposing feel to everything that reminds me of David Lynch's Lost Highway. Shadows are severe and chilly reflections make you hold your breath. I've mentioned it once already, but I'm going to mention it again. When Gretchen is riding her bike and being chased, the scene is excellently crafted. The camera moves at a quick pace with Gretchen in the darkness of the night, but there is just enough street light to make you grip the edge of your seat. I loved it. Hunter Schafer delivers a compelling performance as Gretchen. She captures her character's emotions, vulnerability, and angst. We can feel her frustrations and loss of direction with life. She might not be the protagonist you always root for, but you understand her motivations. The standout of this movie for me was Dan Stevens as Eerie. He has such a devilish charm to him. He perfectly blends menace and charisma in a way that reminds me of Far Cry 5's cult leader Joseph Seed. He's kind of like a cat toying with his victims, making you feel inferior and question your reality. He has an ego and brain that he wields well. The remainder of the supporting cast are good. I especially enjoyed John Bluthart as Detective Henry. A disgraced police officer with nothing to lose, it's easy to root for him. I easily understand his motivations and why he's just as dangerous as Koenig. Other cast members like Martin Sokas, Mila Liu, and Jessica Henwick help flesh out the dynamics within Gretchen's family. It wouldn't be easy being a part of that family. The final things I want to talk about are the soundtrack and pacing. I think this film moves at a good pace, gradually building up tension. However, I do think this movie could have been about 5 minutes shorter with the same emotional payoff and tone. The soundtrack complemented the eerie ambience and tone well. It was intimate, delicate, intense, jarring, and continually transitioned to mirror the narrative. I like that the soundtrack also featured Gretchen's song performed by Hunter Schafer. It adds a personal touch to the film, and it's fun seeing actors go beyond their roles. Some other songs I enjoyed were Loretta Goggi's second Mio Prossimo Amore and Martin Dupont's Inside Out. They boosted the unsettling atmosphere and retro aesthetic. Cuckoo is an interesting blend of psychological horror and supernatural elements. It wonderfully uses its Bavarian Alps setting to create an eerie, claustrophobic atmosphere. Tilman Singer's direction, combined with Paul Falt's haunting cinematography, crafts a film that is as visually captivating as it is narratively engaging. The themes of grief, alienation, and bodily autonomy give this story emotional depth, while the retro-modern aesthetic and unsettling score enhance its immersive qualities. Hunter Schafer's nuanced portrayal of Gretchen anchors the film with a raw vulnerability, while Dan Stevens delivers a standout performance as the manipulative and menacing Herr Koenig. Although slightly longer than needed, the movie's pacing effectively builds tension, culminating in moments of genuine suspense. Cuckoo is a fun and unique entry in modern horror cinema. If you enjoy films that challenge you to embrace the uncanny, then this is a film you won't want to miss. Thank you for listening to my review of Cuckoo. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.